It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your financial account information to get paid. All NIC benefit claims are now paid conveniently through your local financial institution. To provide your bank or credit union account information, simply log on to the NIC website at www.stlucianic.org. Click the Financial Account Information tab and fill out the form. It's that easy. You only submit once. Ensure you enter the details of an open, active account in your name. If you do not have access to the internet, visit any NIC office to collect a financial account information form. Help us to help you. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man, the voice. Your hero.
So very much for tuning in to, once again, The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside Alton Jaquan Joseph, our technical operator, at the start of another week. It is the 25th day of the month of November, 2024. And I hope you had a good weekend, a restful and safe one in every respect, and that your day has started off with a bang. A good bang, that is, not the kind of bangs that we have on the roads all the time, and different kind of bangs of people banging people, people fighting, that sort of thing, that you kept clear of all those things. And that you have every reason to be optimistic about the remainder of your week as we march forward to the end of this month. Would you imagine November is already practically over? A moment we hit Friday, that's the 29th we're talking about, and Saturday, end of the week, is end of the month, Yes. Saturday will be the 30th of November. So, whatever you have to do for the month of November, you have, we might say, a week left, though not exactly so much. So hurry to get it done. There's so many things that sometimes I see and they have a kind of an inspiring effect on me. And I have to say, a Facebook post by the Member of Parliament for Grozile, and he's also the Minister responsible for Youth Development and Sports, Honorable Kenson Kazime, caught my eye this morning. I saw it. And it's only 7 hours old, I think, now as we speak, so he must have posted it early this morning. Sometimes I marvel at how blessed I am to be part of this team. In my 3.5 years in government, not once have I sat in a meeting where strategies are being devised to go attack people personally. Not once have I been in a meeting where the conversation is not about moving this country forward. Not once have I been at a meeting where I felt like this team is not capable of dealing with the challenges that face every government in this global village. But at yesterday's meeting, I felt even better. In his speech on the CIP allegations, not once did Honorable Dr. Ernest Hill spew attacks against those who have so surreptitiously and otherwise tried to demolish him. Comrade Leo Clark's masterful presentation as General Secretary of the party spoke only on what we need to do to keep this country on the right path. Not once did he venture into name-calling or nonsensical rhetoric. Amazingly poised. And of course, the myth, the legend, the 6-star general is a story on his own. Congratulations to Honorable Philip J. Pierre on an historic third consecutive 100% vote of confidence in his performance as leader of this party and country. There is no doubt in my mind that you are special and deserving of all the respect you have garnered in St. Lucia and the rest of the world. My sly smile says it all. I am blessed. I am truly favored. Have a blessed week, my people. Keep at it. Stay focused. All right. Hashtag carry on, baby. And I just loved it. Now, he said about a sly smile. I didn't see a smile. It's not a blush. I'm not going to be the one to say it looks like a smirk. Whatever it was well appropriate for the place, for the time, for the comments. It's a feel-good expression on that face, okay? And Honorable Kenson Kazime, you and so many others have every reason to feel good. I have a guest. I don't know if it's because I had a listener on Friday, that another listener, automatically decided, let's keep it rolling in the same mold. So I've got another listener on with me today. Remember Friday I had Lisa Hunt, the nutritionist in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs. Well, today I have an even more well-known listener, the communications director of the governing St. Lucia Labour Party, but I'll come to it in a while. No preamble today. I just want to say that over the weekend I got news circulating on social media like everybody else about police vehicles, I think, involved in 2 accidents. One down on the southwest coast, I think in the area of PI, Balambush, River Dore, that side there. And another one, I can't remember exactly, but it seems, that would have been at Goodlands. I happened to pass Goodlands because I didn't want to take a chance on Millennium Highway, although when I was coming back, but I'd already placed an order for some fish and salad, some fish and coleslaw somewhere, which is one of my favorites. And I wasn't going to be late for it. So I decided don't take a chance with Millennium Highway, aka Forever Road. So I took the Old Mon Road, went up, and going down, when you reach Goodlands, going down there seemed to have been an accident in the road. And I noticed that there was a wrecker, a tow truck, but at the time they must have disengaged the police vehicle, because I later learned that there was some crash involving the wrecker and the police vehicle. The wrecker, which is supposed to tow things away, apparently may have needed to be towed, or would have towed another vehicle that would have been a casualty, a victim of some crash with it. I just want to say regarding police, they're not immune from being in accidents like everybody else, but I would hate to think that some of the things the police need to be dealing with on the roads, they need to be busting, they need to be intercepting and interdicting and whatever the inters are, that they themselves can become casualties and victims of the same thing. Who's to say that these police vehicles were not disoriented by people having not just bright lights on? As drivers, we've been dealing with people having their brights on us all the time, and we, over time, you know how to deal with it. From driving school, they tell you. But of people having all different kinds of flashing lights and flickering lights and swiveling lights, and driving without headlights, and driving with only their pack lights, and driving with fog lights and their headlights are off, and all kinds of foolishness, dangerous foolishness that we see on the road. My fear about it is not just the foolishness aspect of it, When you see people driving at nights, 9:30, I saw one doing it, 9:30, and I talk about some having pack lights but no headlights. This one had no lights whatsoever. But at least the color of it was one I could discern a little better and so on. When people are doing that, you need to ask yourself, are they dress rehearsing for something? Is it criminals who are practicing for some kind of their gangster acts and so on? So they're doing those dress rehearsals, let's, see what it's like to drive without lights. So you put your lights off, you do a hit somewhere or something, and you move away. And people cannot say, okay, I saw that vehicle snaking its way through Corinth and then turning towards Asu Canal. You can't say that, You can't say that because the lights are off, so you can't really track them. Are they dress rehearsing for something? When I see those cyclists doing things on the road, it may be young men who just like to show off, like attention and so on, But are they also dress rehearsing for some of the risky stuff they're doing? Snaking their way through opposing lanes of traffic, not overtaking when the road is clear. Is it something they're working towards? We have to ask ourselves. And when you nip them in the bud, you probably are preventing the worst things from happening. Police, step up your game where road traffic is concerned. It is considered to be one of the most basic, one of the most elementary, one of the most whatever aspects of policing. And I know you all have been given the means, the equipment, the resources to deal with it better. So don't wait until police themselves die because somebody put some kind of fancy disco lights on vehicles on you, and your eyes cannot take it at the time and you crash just when you were about to reach it. That's just something I wanted to say. I've eaten up 15 minutes almost of the program. Let me, without any further ado, say good afternoon and welcome once again to The Real Issues, Senator Lisa C. Jawai.
Good afternoon, Shelton. Good afternoon to listeners of The Real Issues, those of you who are tuned in on Facebook, on radio, even television, and especially those of you online, out in the diaspora. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, Shelton. Again, thank you for the opportunity. I am here today to really bring some very, very, very good news. And I can tell you, a few days ago, somebody called my phone and said, Sister Lisa. So I said, hi, sister. I'm calling to solicit your support for the political leader. I said, huh? I'm calling to solicit your support for political leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party and Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Honorable Philip J. Pierre. So I said, girl, what you calling my phone for? Yeah. She said, Sister Lisa, I am leaving no stone unturned. I said, okay, sister, I will take your calls. But anytime you call me right before an SLP close conference, I will not take your calls. Because you out of place to call my phone for something you know to be too obvious. But she said she's leaving no stone unturned. And that was a member from the Castries East constituency group calling to solicit support for the political leader of the SLP, Honorable Philip J. Pierre. And St. Lucia, I can tell you, my reaction was the reaction of many other persons. Because when we got to our closed conference session at the Grand River School in Denver yesterday, everybody was wondering why that sister so-and-so was calling us. But she didn't want to leave anything, no stone unturned. And that really is how Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has operated. Taking absolutely nothing for granted, understanding that, you know, people have feelings, they have emotions, and they are free to do as they wish. That said, the delegates of the St. Lucia Labour Party voted on a motion of confidence or no confidence in the political leader of the SLP yesterday, political leader Honorable Philip J. Pierre. Shelton, the room was packed with people. It was a sea of red. Persons from Grosile to Vieux-Fort South were present. They were there early despite the weather. I must say hats off to you delegates who came extremely early. And we started within good time. And the classroom, I call it a classroom, because remember when you're in primary school, you're learning to count 1, 2, and when you get on 10, you say 10 loud. And then you go 18, 19, 20, and you're shouting out 20. That was the feeling yesterday as 261 delegates voted in favor of the political leader of the SLP as a motion of confidence, and absolutely no one voted against Prime Minister, political leader, Honorable Philip J. Pierre.
No.
The St. Lucia Labour Party is extremely grateful.
And that's not for the first time.
It's not the first time.
Yes.
The St. Lucia Labour Party remains extremely grateful to the individuals who continue to stand by our political leader, the captain of our ship. And I want people to understand what this means for us. This is the third time that Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, well, I'm saying Prime Minister, but in the capacity of a political representative, he's the political leader. This is the third time that he has won the motion 100%.
Tell us the other times, if you can recall them for us.
Last year before. Last year we were in Vieux-Fort. I think the year before that we would have been down there as well. We were in Vieux-Fort. We were at the Beanfield School.
Having won the 2021 elections, there would not have been any contest for political leader. There would have just been a vote of confidence affirming him at the subsequent, after the general election. So then I'm thinking that would happen in 21, 22, yes. 23. You know, I'm just thinking, knowing the way it works. And if it happens in 24, and I'm thinking after the time when Dr. Kenny Anthony, following the 2016 elections, announced that he was no longer going to serve as leader of the SLP or as leader of the opposition, I think Philip J. Pierre didn't encounter any kind of opposition, you know. He was the deputy leader, so naturally he would have filled in, but at whatever subsequent convention that they came, you know, he was the man, you know. Exactly. So the Labour Party, since 2016, whatever, I think has made it clear that they know no other, that they want no other, that without exception, by acclamation, unanimously, they have endorsed and confirmed Philip Joseph Pierre as the leader and the one that they want to take them forward. And they have not been disappointed, have they?
They have not been disappointed. And he is the epitome of someone who has risen to the occasion. Because if you recall, when he took up the mantle of leadership, and we were heading into the general election, the reality is there were persons who were questioning whether he could have done this. He was seen as, you know, the second in command because Dr. Anthony was the prime minister and political leader, you know, humble, doing his work for years, representing the Labour Party, for years serving in various ministries, for years serving the constituents of Castries East. And then you gave him an opportunity to lead. And do we regret? Absolutely not. That was evident yesterday by the 100% show.
Now, Senator Jawai, just take a pin there for a moment. Jaquan, I don't know if it's something that you can do anything about or you can message anybody about, but the messages are really coming one on top of the other, that the TV audio comes and goes, that it's cutting in and out. Mr. Victor Girard, good afternoon to you. I'm sorry you're having this experience. We really appreciate your doggedness and tenacity in supporting this program and always tuning in, always giving us feedback. He's one of those. Irwin, the illegal alien, Alcindor, my former Radio Caribbean co-worker, all the way up in the US, says the same thing. Another gentleman from PI area there who lives and works in Dominica says your audio keeps going in and out on TV in the South. Irwin says
sound, the messages
sound coming and going. Please fix, thanks. People, especially overseas. And so we are getting those messages repeatedly. Another fan called Cecilia says, good afternoon, S. The audio is breaking up. Let's see if Cornelia Jacob has some feedback on that as well. She says, yes, it's happening, but it's on TV. And she says, there are intermittent breaks in sound currently. It's so frustrating, but it's TV. Okay, so I don't know if you can shoot a message to Andy or whoever's down in TV, if they can help us out with this and so on, because we are simulcasting on the TV, on the Facebook Live. We're going out as well as on Real FM radio station, where there doesn't seem to be any problems. 91.3 North, 91.5 South. Well, let's keep it going. While we're doing that, I'm sure they'll be looking into it, Senator.
Yeah, hopefully they do. Thank you, Shelton. So we're really happy about that. And what came out of yesterday was very significant. And the public can expect to hear more about that. Honorable Dr. Ernest Hille gave a full account of CIP. He gave a statement. Well, he made a statement to the delegates on, the inception of CIP, how we got here. Many persons may not have remembered when it came in 2015, we were at a really bad place in our economy. There were several considerations of, would St. Lucia or should St. Lucia go to the IMF? We cannot cut public servants' salaries by half. We just cannot do it.
Yes.
And so we really needed another avenue for revenue. And then CIP came along. A few months later, we lost the election. United Workers' Party came in. And of course, the story unfolds. So Dr. Hille gave a full account. I'm pretty sure, but I know you've dealt good treatment to that CIP story.
One other thing that needs to be borne out is that the government never just went into CIP willy-nilly, like it's just a quiz that take them and they went in it. There was the work of a committee that looked into the various economic alternative options. I think it was headed by former Prime Minister, former Minister for Finance, founding director of the OECS, Dr. Vaughan Lewis, and they came up with this recommendation. The United Workers' Party, as the main opposition, never opposed it. That is one thing they never said we against it. They never said this CIP thing we don't want it. They came, they embraced it. Like everything else, anything labor starts, they feel they have to play their hand in it and redo it to show, that they were better and they could do it better, blah, blah, blah. But they never opposed the CIP. So this CIP thing, we need to go back to its history. The St. Lucia Labour Party took the initiative but did not do so in any haphazard manner. They took a scientific approach of economic and fiscal analysis and all the implications that it would have before deciding to go the way of the CIP. Go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah, so that was really refreshing, and that is what Honorable Casimir was referring to. It was really just statement on facts. And then Prime Minister comes and takes the mic. Oh, well, he also made mention of General Secretary. And I always say we have to figure out which constituency we give in GS, because that man is just so full of energy, so powerful. I don't know how he does it in terms of managing the organization.
And stay the course as he has done for close to 30 years.
A true comrade. Such an inspiration, especially to young persons like myself. There's so much we can learn from our General Secretary, Leo Clark. And then Prime Minister comes and he was just in fine form. He was making some announcements. He was sharing what the government has done, talking about our efforts on crime, talking about our efforts on rising prices and the cost of living, talking about how we've been able to strengthen certain sectors or certain parts of our healthcare system, and how much more he intends to do. And then he drops some bombshells, some really nice ones. First of all, he really addressed the situation at the Castries Health Center. And Prime Minister made absolutely no apologies, because for him, you cannot in good conscience, if you have a heart, allow people to continue to function or operate in such deplorable conditions. And the worst case scenario, you know, with the structure not being sturdy and all the issues going on with the Castries Health Center, it's not about just opening it because you believe that, you know, it may be a inconvenience. And of course, we agree, it was an inconvenience, still is, to some persons who would normally have used that. But we have to prioritize people's health and well-being, Shelton.
I'm sorry for using such a strong word. It's a very filthy paradox. For you to have what is supposed to be a healthcare facility in the heart of your capital, and the healthcare facility is a health hazard. It's a health hazard on an order that you cannot even quantify in the middle of your thing. It's a healthcare facility supposed to be making people get better. It's a wellness center. But you have mold here, you have this there, you have that there. People are getting sick. The nurses who work there are getting sick. How can you continue to have that? And you go in and demonstrate for them to open it when you know the reason why it was closed.
Well, welcome to demonstration, Shelton, because we have to address that, St. Lucia. And so PM made no apologies for prioritizing people's health. And we understand the inconvenience. We want a facility very soon. But then he said that the Victoria Hospital would be commissioned fully to allow, you know, for that the extra flow. He also said that the the eye clinic will be fully commissioned very soon. Construction work has already begun as early as even today. He went on further and said that there will be an emergency room at the Victoria Hospital. So you already understand what is happening at the OKEU. And Prime Minister has committed, and work begins today to ensure that there is another emergency room a little closer by, which will be at the Victoria Hospital. I think these are really good measures to be able to deal with the strain that we have been faced with. Further, he spoke, of course, as you know, of commissioning the fifth wing of OKEU, the fifth finger. And then there was the St. Jude surprise that we're all looking forward to. But Prime Minister had to make those announcements to really remind the people of St. Lucia that your government is working for you. It's not that we have done nothing in healthcare. It's not that, you know, we are satisfied with the fact that St. Jude is going to be fully commissioned in a few months. No, we are not satisfied. And that is why we implemented the Health and Citizen Security Levy, to really allow for us to get more revenue, to get our healthcare system in a place better than before. But Shelton, we I don't know, moving forward, this is what we want to do. We want to move forward with the people. We don't want to continuously go back to where we started. The fact that, you know, several measures were put in place, that the hospital was almost complete, and the United Workers' Party stopped work on St. Jude for 3 years.
And that's what makes you afraid of UWP, you know. They just seem to have a habit that anytime something was going, as we say, do mama, the thing going nice, they have to come and push their hand in it and monkey wrench it and mess it up for two reasons, it seems. They believe that to allow it to go on is going to be kudos to Labour and Kenny and Pip, and they don't want that to happen. And secondly, to be able to divert contracts and things of that sort, so that friends and people they favor and whoever, that's just some kind of skullduggery. It's going good according to established practices of procurement, of competitive bidding. You have to change it, you have to fresh start it, or some kind of thing you have to do to it to mess it up and so on. And you got the feeling that if those guys come in and they find anything that is ongoing, that's not yet completed, they're going to do the same thing. They will stop halls of justice. They will do something so that they can give it, or so people can get rent that they would not otherwise get because the halls of justice will be there. That you got a feeling that even if they find a completed St. Jude, they must find a way to go back there and try to mess it up again.
And
so,
that is the kind of
St.
politics we need to move away
St.
from.
Lucians, let me say it is probably not the language of Senator Jai as well. UWP, you vote per conjab. Anyway, pas n'importe quoi on ne peut pas yo, conjab on ne peut pas yo. Go ahead, Senator.
I'm telling you, Shelton, we really need to move. We need to move on, because the situation as it stands is one that the government has made a priority. We have made it a priority to ensure that we improve healthcare systems. We have made it a priority. And yes, I heard a particular former MP speak about high looks doesn't solve crime. But how the police get there to go solve the crime? And you made mention of the incidents with the police officers. And the reality is these things, the accidents happen. They happen with anybody. I'm not saying I was there to say if anybody was reckless or not reckless, etc. But this is what the police requested.
Yes.
The Prime Minister did not take it on his own to say, I am going to give you jet skis, or water skis. I'm going to give you ATVs. I'm going to give you a truck for SSU. I'm going to give you 20 vehicles. By the way, 80 recruits graduating soon, and Prime Minister announced that come next budget, another 80 recruits would be added. So we continue to strengthen the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. But these are the resources that they requested. The ballistic machine that cost the people of St. Lucia $450,000. This was requested by the police. The drones, the dash cams, the CCTV cameras. And I know people are aware of certain photographs going around. People are asking, oh, the CCTV not working. How are we going to find these fellas? Remember the recent incident in town? And then, lo and behold, one of the cameras picked up, and you may be able to, if you know, you may be able to identify us. The police continue to work, and maybe, and as I've said, maybe they need to do a better job in putting out the information. But the men and women of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force continue to fight crime with the resources that they requested of the Minister of Finance. Now, you were talking about a protest earlier, Shelton.
I'll tell you what, let's leave the protest for after the break. But meanwhile, good afternoon to you, my other co-worker, former Lester Leons. It's nice hearing from you. He says you have a serious audio problem. You keep breaking up. I'm watching from VFO. Thank you very much for that, Lester. Someone else says, I think the microphones need to be a little closer. Every time you turn your mouth away, you cut off. But then that shouldn't be in the case of Lisa, who's talking quite correctly into her mic. I have a way to turn and face my guests when I'm talking to them, in fact. The side-by-side arrangement, I always, virtually grew up in broadcasting and so on, sitting across the table from the person you're talking to, maintaining eye contact and all. One of the basics of communication, the sitting arrangement doesn't quite permit this right now, and I tend to not always remember that. It kind of feels weird, talking to somebody who's at my side and I'm looking straight ahead, not at them, Callister Jean-Louis says the volume interruption is frustrating. So folks, we have a problem.
We need to do something.
Someone
about
said
that.
they've even called the station manager, Nigel Nicholas, but Nigel is responsible for radio, and I haven't heard any complaints about the radio. What I'm hearing is that it's the television, because we are on the radio but simulcasting on the television, where we are supposed to have this link between the radio and TV studios, so maybe there's an interruption in the link, I don't know.
Well, Solange James says she's hearing clearly on TV and Facebook. Victor Gerard says it's perfect on Facebook.
Okay.
So different people are having...
So having different experiences, all right. We have a message. Someone says SLP must keep to the basics. ABC, always begin campaigning, never stop. No election in St. Lucia must never be won on lies. Never let a lie go unchallenged. It must be debunked ASAP. Lisa, and he gives 3 clapping emojis, so you're getting applause for that. You're listening to The Real Issues. Let's take our first commercial break and hope that during the break, any matters that can be attended to will be attended to, and when we come back, there'll be need for far fewer, if not 0 of those complaints. Don't go away.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your enhanced at Southwell V4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knightsmed Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22 next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your financial account information to get paid. All NIC benefit claims are now paid conveniently through your local financial institution. To provide your bank or credit union account information, simply log on to the NIC website at www.stlucianic.org. Click the Financial Account Information tab and fill out the form. It's that easy. You only submit once. Ensure you enter the details of an open active account in your name. If you do not have access to the internet, visit any NIC office to collect a financial account information form. Help us to help you. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Everyone for staying with the real issues on this Monday, D25 of month 11, 2024. Real issues on Real FM Radio, MBC Television, Facebook Live, and streaming live on YouTube as well. Our guest today, as so many times before, the Communications Director of the governing St. Lucia Labour Party, Senator Lisa Jawari. Do pick up where you left off.
Thank you, Shelton. So prior to the break, we were really celebrating Prime Minister's three-peat. 3 years in a row, 100% vote of confidence from delegates of the SLP.
Seems like you already know he'll be there for 3 terms. You're three-peat, you know. Go ahead.
I say nothing. But just by the way he leads, Shelton, you want him to stick around for a long time. He's really been able to figure out a whole lot more than most people. His passion, his care, the times that, you know, we may be asleep and he's up just trying to figure it out. How is he going to do it? And, you know, I will say most of the times, a lot of the time, he's really made some decisions that it blows your mind and you're wondering, but how can you think of this? But of course, these things have been brewing in the minds of Philip J. Pierre for a long time. As somebody who has been voted 6 times in by his constituents, and so well-deserving Prime Minister, congratulations. We are really happy to be part of your team. And, you know, the closed conference is not a session that is aired on television or radio, because it's really where the business of the party is discussed, and it's really where delegates can challenge and question, and of course you must be held accountable and you must respond because they are the ones who voted you in. And the people shared, you know, they were not holding back. They shared their support, they shared their concerns, they shared their challenges, they shared their gripes. And Prime Minister, one thing that stood out was victimization, the level of victimization that is an admirable quality of the SLP on how they have stayed away from that. You would recall that members of the opposition at the time, 6 of them, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hille, Honorable Sean Edward, Dr. Kenny Anthony, Alva Baptiste, Philip J. Pierre, Moses Jean-Baptiste, these 6 individuals, their constituencies voted Labour in 2016. And Sean Edward always says, not even a bag of cement, pa your saxi ma, pete, and then rin off. And that was really the reality, because SLP MPs were not elected by just a few persons. They were elected by the majority, and they got absolutely no financial, like CDP, no constituency development program support from Alan Chastney and the UWP. And then we are in office. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre is met with these questions by, you know, delegates from previous conferences, and he says, no, this is not how the Labour Party functions. The Labour Party believes in equality, not for some, but for all. Because you never know whose life or whose lives you're going to change. Which Flabo has a child, an innocent child, who just wants to go to school, who just wants to be the first in their family to get a scholarship, who wants to, in our usual palace, just break that generational curse. And you cannot be responsible, you cannot be the one responsible for taking that opportunity away from them if they so deserved it.
And you have no right to do it.
You have absolutely no right to do it. We are called to serve, and we are called to serve the people. Philip J. Pierre has maintained that. So the SLP has ran, and we're into our 4th year so far, on a level of inclusivity that some may not be pleased with, but he has maintained it. The Prime Minister never put up barriers outside of Parliament and said that you cannot come and talk to us or you cannot come and share your dissent.
Yes.
The Labour Party has never told any St. Lucian that you will be arrested for freedom of expression, even if, and I recall when she was in a senator at the time, but Alison Jaw was almost arrested because of, how she showed her distaste with what was happening with the previous administration. She was in Constitution Park. We have never told media professionals you cannot tell government what to do and you are an ex-con, you cannot talk to us. We have maintained a level of inclusivity. And the St. Lucia Labour Party never, under the SLP, nobody ever gave instructions to arrest anybody wearing any particular color. You would recall some people decided they wanted to drive around St. Lucia. A very well-known supporter was arrested. Christopher Hunt, you remember St. Lucia? Christopher Hunt was arrested.
For just having a red shirt, eh?
I don't even recall if he had a red shirt. I think he was in black, but he was present, right?
There were people who, there were instructions that were given. That anybody that you see in a red shirt, that you accost them,
Because the reality is and was that there was a document circulating with what appears to have been a signature of a senior police officer, giving instruction that, makes you believe that arrest somebody in red. But lo and behold, the SLP is in government and the United Workers' Party is protesting today. And as far as I am aware, they have no police permission, Shelton. They have no permission to conduct their march or protest outside of CIP office. They have no permission to walk the streets in placards, come by office of the Prime Minister like they did today, because the police must be able to manage those things. We are not a crazy society. We cannot have leaders encouraging such rash and unlawful behavior, because the law says that protest action, whether 2, 3, 5, 10 or 20, must be given police approval. But St. Lucia, the videos are circulating where 2 former MPs are outside with members of their party, because it's shared in their groups, encouraging people. They have this thing about wear orange to show whether you this lukewarm, whether you yellow or you're not yellow, you're not red, you lukewarm, so you orange, between, right? And they were present. But Philip J. Pierre is not the one to say to the police, go and arrest people in orange, go and arrest people in yellow. He will not say that, Shelton. What he will say and encourage is for the people of St. Lucia too, in their constitutional rights, which allows them to express themselves freely, do it in accordance with the law. We cannot encourage this level of lawlessness, that you decide you are police, you are judge, you are everything, you bad so, you send it in your groups, and let's protest. You are putting people's lives in danger, because there's no traffic management. So when United Workers' Party comes with their fast doctrines or fast messages that they care and they want to solve crime, things like that make you wonder, where is your standing? Where is your standing? So my information is that there's absolutely no approval as of this morning. I verified for myself, that, Shelton. I asked and I was told the police is not aware of any planned protest action. So I would just caution people, get it right. Go through the necessary channels to do what you have to do, and stop putting people's lives at risk because you believe that you want to create dissent, you want a war, and you want to act like when you were there, you had no part to play in the situation where we are now. And what I realized, Shelton, we might be calling ourselves very forgiving. I understand that we might be a forgiving people, but we can also be a very forgetful people. We can forget that when this MP came and said, we will never lie to you and we will never make promises we cannot keep. That is the former parliamentary rep for Castries Southeast on a platform in Richford yesterday, because they had Labour in January.
So they have to be there.
So they have to be there. You saying on a platform, you'll never lie to the people and deliver on promises. The same one who and deliver on promises they know they can't keep. The same one who said he needs to keep his mouth shut if he cannot complete St. Jude. The same one who was part and parcel of the cabinet that signed DSH, where one MP who is sitting in the House of Assembly said he never read the agreement. The same people who worked out all of those deals that the Philip J. Pierre administration has to now come and fix. The 20-something islands, the Pearl of the Caribbean. We were promised complete elimination of VAT. We get it. You did not reinstate the police training vote. We can go on and on and on of the sins of the United Workers' Party because we clearly forget. But I have to just say and just remind our people, you must hold leaders accountable.
True.
You should not be getting away with the fact that you did it 5 years ago, and because you are not pleased with how things are going, that you go back to that. And then when you go back to the boyfriend that used to abuse you and beat you, and he come and tell you sorry and you think he'll change his life, Shelton, and you go back in that, he will beat you and abuse you again unless he gets some help. And from what I'm seeing, the United Workers' Party has not changed. The campaign of misinformation and disinformation continues. Because if you have former ministers of government standing on a platform and blatantly lying to you and me, and your children are listening on television and on Facebook, and there is no accountability, Shelton. You heard him talking about Labour want to protect the victory, we want to protect the future. How are you protecting the future when you are damaging the minds of the young ones?
And let me tell you something. It may not be a big issue right now because of the numbers involved. But this thing with UWP has been going on for far too long, that anytime Labour announces and organizes some event, a motorcade,
it's like they wonder.
Alan Shasney goes and they organize and announce a motorcade for the very same route. I mean, it's not to say, okay, Labour is on the East Coast, so we'll take the West Coast. The guys go and they put motorcades with people and vehicles on the same route. But what I have always found, I noticed a trend, like I tell you, from since Labour and UWP turn out in huge numbers on weekends and so on, but there was always almost like aircraft in the sky. Controllers keep a separation distance between them. It's always the very same route. Labour going to be Viewfort, UWP finds a way. My question always was, who is giving the permission? Why are the police giving permission? And we have to watch this thing going forward. It is a cacanese kind of behavior, that you're looking for some kind of trouble. So, Labour has something, the huge turnout, you're going to put something. When UWP had their last thing on the boulevard, which they claim was so successful and so massive and all of that, did you see Labour go and put something out the same day on the market steps or whatever? They don't. If it is, it's all.
We were actually going to have an event.
Yes.
And we were still in the planning phase. And just for Nororo,
yes,
we had the event the night before.
Right.
We had it the night before. That was the AGM at Castries
Right.
South. Because we are not that. We are not that kind of people. There's a difference with elections and, time is limited. You have your events at separate times. But we are not like that.
But I'm telling you, looking forward, we can almost be sure that they're going to be trying this kind of thing when political activity. And I think the police need to exercise a bit of shrewdness and prudence and to see those things for what they are. Are they necessary? Who has the lead time in putting in the application first and so on, and to watch that? But that's not really something I want to belabor. It's just an observation as you were speaking.
I would truly hope that maybe they would have given I don't know how they do it, but I would truly hope that would be the case. But in this case, I have not heard the police come out and say anything about this planned protest.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody's aware of it.
Yeah.
There's communication circulating in other groups, encouraging people to protest this location and that location. And today they were outside by CIP.
Yes.
I'm not saying you cannot do your protest. I'm
And
saying
protesting what?
within the law.
Have we heard UWP come up with any kind of focused discussion on the CIP report which came out to say, okay, this CIP report, which I don't think is more than 30 pages long, that this is what we have an issue with, this is what we have. You got a sense that, let's just tear into it. We don't care. Tear into the CIP. Fake. Fraud. 1.6 billion.
No, but they are confused,
and
Shelton.
It looks like Martinez has crashed and burned. Nothing has
and
come
that's
out
why they are
of him.
confused. Because
And-
look now, he changing
but
his mind.
Nobody's had to, because Terence Drew, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, has torn him apart limb by limb. If he had any little semblance of credibility, if he had any little pretended, how they call verisimilitude, the semblance or appearance of truth, Terence Drew, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, has absolutely, as we say, décalé him. So, they have nothing. So now it's just protest, placard, this, that, we want this, which they can't take. Anyway, Angie Kedu, the Secretary to Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste in his constituency office in Vieux-Fort North, says, don't forget that a brand new bus is procured for transporting people from the city to Leclerc and Entrepot health centers. Okay,
Thank you, Angie.
I went the other way down there, and you know all this kind of thing.
Angie was there yesterday. Good afternoon, Vieux-Fort North.
Mahoney Oshie says, good day, Shelton and Senator Jawahi. We need to keep informing the nation of the good work of the government. However, we must also expose and keep reminding the public of the significant role that Chasney and his administration played in creating, orchestrating, and perpetuating the situations they are claiming to be protest matching for today. Don't be afraid to let them know who or what set up customs, law enforcement, and the injustice system to accommodate and facilitate the same crime situation that has obviously escalated beyond the control they claim to have had before the 2016 election. Like, it beats me, UWP these days protesting about healthcare problem. Healthcare is a mess. Healthcare is a mess. Healthcare is a mess. Healthcare is a mess. Who made it a mess? When efforts were being made to resolve the healthcare problems, every time you'll come and say, jouer la maison, and the Saki Cafet, hospital have on its way to completion, put in backhoe and shovel to mash up 2 buildings in it and this wing in it, and to say we need a new east wing, we just have to condemn it. Says who? And then to come and put a big box that nobody knows where the plans for this thing came out of, something that just issue, on our radar and on our landscape and so on, is an interfering in things all the time. Custody suites issue, when things are already there, messing up things. And then now, you all want Philip J. Pierre to come in and like some kind of magician to just wave a wand and the problem is going to be solved. No, they have to be solved in a methodical, organized, considered, systematic approach as is being done, something that is planned and that can be sustained for the future. That is why you all must not be allowed, because if you all do is the same thing, true to form, that is your playbook, anything the Labour Party does or starts and so on, to come and mash it up because you want to show that you bet. And that's a problem with Alan Chasney. The guy has this obsessive need to show that he's smarter than everyone else, that he knows things, that he has, knowledge that nobody else has. The man who, told, and it's never been uncontested, don't question me, don't second guess me, don't try to help me because I have everything worked out in my mind. And then when you look and you see what he's doing, he's always a gal matcher. He's always a gal matcher he's doing. Anyway, we are 1:30 now. Let's take our next break. When we come back, whatever else Senator Jawahi wants to touch on, she will. And then the telephone lines, we want to open to take some of your calls.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell Vieux-Fort, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knightsmed Miku, Lay-by Bar, The Morn, Dexter's Place, Jeremy Street, Castries, Citygate Bar, The City opposite the market, Plants Place, Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket, Soufre, The Release Stress Bar, Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar, Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you, at Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your financial account information to get paid. All NIC benefit claims are now paid conveniently through your local financial institution. To provide your bank or credit union account information, simply log on to the NIC website at www.stlucianic.org. Click the Financial Account Information tab and fill out the form. It's that easy. You only submit once. Ensure you enter the details of an open active account in your name. If you do not have access to the internet, visit any NIC office to collect a financial account information form. Help us to help you. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Pecan, but Chasney and Flabo hold on to it tight, as if that will derail the SLP administration, says Vernon Casabon on the Facebook Live. Cletus Peter says 15 depressed flabbos attend the CIB protest. Eusebia Jabati says, was there a CIB protest? Huh? You know. Curtis George, good afternoon to you. Says he's tuned in from Doha, Qatar. The Facebook feed is perfect, but on the television it's really quite choppy. Great program as always. Thank you very much. Despite this, you were able to find good in it. Solange James, good afternoon, says families and relatives are supposed to play their role in stopping violence and crime. Also stop domestic violence, which affects children. And I think this is the beginning of what is annually observed as 17 days of activism against all acts of violence against women and children. Yeah, it goes until the 10th of December, if I'm not
right. So
mistaken.
Ministry of Health recognizes it, globally, International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. And every 11 minutes, St. Lucia, in case you did not know, a woman is killed. And so we must unite against violence on our women. It's really because women are a vulnerable and marginalized population. We understand that there are issues that men face as well, but we are built differently. Our levels of strength are a bit different, and I am one to admit it as an advocate for gender equality. However, women are a bit more vulnerable, and so they find themselves in situations unwillingly, and it's just shocking to hear that every 11 minutes a woman dies from domestic violence. And so we must stop the violence against women. Today, November 25th, 2024, is recognized as that. St. Lucia has made strides under the leadership of Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Poyet, because following the Beijing Platform for Action, which was signed on to in 1995, many countries have not created a domestic violence act. And when we came into office, it was high on our agenda, and we delivered on what is known as the most progressive domestic violence act in the Caribbean. Much needs to be done in terms of implementation and raising awareness, training, etc. But we have made several strides. So some people are wearing orange, which is the color for the 16 days of activism. Today, some people are wearing purple. But we want to solicit your support. Not orange because you are lukewarm. Orange because it's the color to show your support for violence against women.
All right. So, folks on the Facebook Live, thank you so very much. Vincent Edward, Eusebia Jean-Baptiste, Gerald Sidoni, Victor Girard once again, and Jean Francis Francois. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate your comments. Conrad believes next time we need a CCTV monitoring room all over the island. I know it will cost money, but we need it for future generations.
Oh, the police CCTV monitoring room. I've heard about it. Let me tell you, they're on top of that. There's so much crime that they solve in short space. And, of course, just an appeal to the press office of the RSLPF. Send the information to us. Send it to me. Send it to Shelton. We'll put it out there, because we don't want people to think that nothing is being done in curbing it. The police is really doing the best that they can with the resources that they've been given.
Look, I think CCTV played a part in what recently happened on the boulevard.
Definitely.
And also the police have the authority, they have the means, that even private CCTV, they can requisition it and so on, so they can go to a business and say, please, something happened there.
Yeah.
We would like to look at your CCTV.
And they've been moving very quickly. They've been moving very quickly.
Because I believe, we believe that, it might have captured something that will be helpful to us. And I believe, nobody within the law can refuse, to turn over something that is helpful to the solving of a crime and a public safety matter. Senator Jawari, anything further from you? Because
I think we can take the calls. I'd love to hear from people. Of course, some people might still be in a celebratory mode following the three-peat. It was really a good session yesterday.
All right, I think we have our first call. Good afternoon, Real Issues. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Go to jail. Last night, in his meeting, he asked him to lock up Philip J. Pierre. But Karma doesn't play. He do all what he do. They didn't put him in jail. But he wants Philip J. Pierre to go to jail. Tell guy he must be careful what he's saying. He already said all SLP have blood on their hands. He already said they're making obia. He already saying everything. But right now he's asking for the Prime Minister to lock up. But he will lock up before the Prime Minister. Tell him take care of what he says with his talk.
All right.
My sister, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Guy is very familiar with what he's talking about, and I know it's one party that has their supporters sweeping the streets of Miku. A lot was said, Shelton. Wasn't it Miku?
You forgot who they had sweeping on Bridge Street?
Who was sweeping on Bridge Street?
No, I'm talking about sweeping. You forgot the Indian lady. Well, I'm sorry to say that she's Indian. How she call herself, the Jagfire or something like that. She passed away, but she's from Deriso, from Miku South, somewhere there. What a coincidence that she was sweeping right on Bridge Street, like balye, say frap, you can balye, how can you balye sorti, but you don't pick balye sort in the office. We have another call on the line. Hi caller, Real Issues, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Shelton Daniel.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Miss Lisa.
Hello, good afternoon.
Miss Lisa.
Hello.
You made one slight mistake earlier on, when you said that these guys haven't changed.
They changed for the worse.
They have changed a lot, They have changed from bad to worse. That's the only change that they have changed, from bad to worse. I want to thank the delegates for giving Philip J. Pierre that overwhelming mandate.
Oh yes.
I pray to God that that mandate he received, it transcends to a victory, a resounding victory.
Indeed.
At the upcoming election. I listened to Jim Jones serving his Kool-Aid, and on the menu with that Kool-Aid, they said that when they were in office, they did not victimize people. Are you kidding me? The Belrose doctrine is the Bible.
Thank you, comrade.
Of these guys, the Belrose doctrine. If you do not vote for us, we're not giving you nothing, There was in a constituency a lady standing by the road. Lisa, you remember that? A lady standing by the road, and a truck of food was passing, man. And these guys bypassed that lady. You must look for that clip. And the lady watched that truck of food passing by, and the lady said, Monsieur, they're not even giving me some food. And you're talking about y'all did not victimize people? What about the 6 constituencies that didn't vote for y'all? Y'all gave them nothing. And in closing, there was a man named called Frank Charles, I believe. Frank Charles did work under the Labour Party administration. But it so happened where the Labour Party lost the election. And 6 years, Frank Charles had to wear about 15 pairs of shoes, walking up and down for that money, and he didn't get that money, all because y'all were in power. And Jim Jones is saying there were no victimization. My people of St. Lucia, open your eyes, man. Reality is there, and the reality is that when that bell rings, we need to give the Labour Party a resounding mandate at the polls. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We have another call on the line already. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Jawahi. I think it's way past time.
Because your favorite person is not here, Shelton, today, so I don't know why you're trying to be my friend.
So wait, Lisa, you mean you jealous too?
You
If I had called earlier, I would have taken you on, but you see you?
Good afternoon.
He was a Chinese. Now, let me tell you all that. Today is a feel-good day, and you know why? Today is a feel-good day because 260-something delegates have confidence in Mr. Philip J. Pierre, and those are financial members, and just some of the financial members of the St. Lucia Labour Party. There were delegates who were not able to attend, and we know they would not have voted against him because the no confidence box had 0. Okay? 0. is possible where Mr. Pierre is, because Mr. Pierre will not tolerate. He has zero tolerance for nonsense. And that is why he tell you when them fellas talking, he will not answer them. And that annoys them to no end. So you know what they normally do when Mr. Pierre do take them on? They go outside of CIP office today. They got zero results. So they come outside of Mr. Pierre's office where they will get zero results. And this week they have more protests. My question is this. Is it okay now that they're wearing orange for them to protest? Because it's okay to have a silent protest, but they had placards. They had placards. And Mr. Wayne Shalry is still there in the same position. And yet no one has been arrested. And no one is calling for them to be arrested. You see the difference of leadership? Huh? They're going to be outside of Massey Leclerc protesting the cost of groceries, the high cost of groceries. I don't know if you, Lisa, and Mr. Shelton Daniel know who the major shareholder of Massey stores in St. Lucia is. But when y'all find that out, please let us know, because we are dying to know. They need to stop taking us for fools, because we are not. If there are people drinking the orange Kool-Aid, and Shelton, the lady you're talking about, the fire jaguar lady, who has since died, she couldn't stop herself from dying. She was from Far Cooley. Okay, Far Cooley. Yeah. Okay. So they need to stop thinking that we are fools. We are not. We're not drinking Kool-Aid. It's ginger ale we drinking. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. We have another senator on the line. Dr. Alison Jean, good afternoon to you. Welcome to our program.
Good afternoon, Shelton, and good afternoon, Sister Lisa.
Good afternoon, Senator Jean.
How are y'all doing?
Good. Very happy to hear from you. How's your family?
I miss y'all so much. You know, I have Shagwe.
I know. Remember, I voted for you yesterday in spirit and in truth.
Thank you very much. But Shelton, I want to publicly extend my unequivocal support for Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre as our political leader and Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Shelton, the vote of confidence of 261 candidates who were present yesterday, and I add 262 because my vote is supposed to be in there as well, is on behalf of the people of St. Lucia for the splendid work that Honorable Philip J. Pierre continues to do. Shelton, I have never, in the 50 plus years that I'm on this earth, see a Prime Minister as responsive as Honorable Philip J. Pierre. Everything that is requested, he responds to it. He doesn't say, I don't listen and I let jackasses breathe. Every suggestion, he takes it on board from people from all walks of life. We're seeing the improvements that he has made in every single sector. And he continues to make, especially in the sectors of law and order and healthcare. And so, Shelton, when you see the delegates of the St. Lucia Labour Party giving this vote of confidence, the unanimous vote of confidence in Honorable Philip J. Pierre, is not because they were coerced into it. It's because they have seen his work and they value what he's doing. So I want to encourage Honorable Philip J. Pierre to continue the good work that he's doing. Don't be distracted by the noise, because I heard Lisa say that there is protests at the CIP. I see Martinez run away already. I don't understand why they're protesting. Do they understand why they're protesting? I also saw a video clip where a journalist fixing herself properly so that she can cut what she said before and answer a question she was asked before and to put it back. What clown, what circus is this, Shelton? I mean, journalists that I had a lot of confidence in. I looked up to these journalists. These are senior journalists doing a show like that with themselves. Shelton, I want us to keep focused. Rome was not built in a day. We are only 3 years into an election cycle. I think there's much more to come in the other 2 years. And I would like all of us to rally behind Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre, because we're seeing that he is the man that God has placed for us at such a time as this. All of the protest is because Honorable Philip J. Pierre got that vote of confidence, and we're seeing the country moving. Ask the Flourboards when last they had a convention to endorse their political leader. Okay? These are the things that we have to look at. Keep focused. Let's protect the victory. And I'm all in, red and ready.
Thank
All
you,
right.
sister.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Senator Alison
You're
John.
welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. And, folks, the Flourboards will have convention, It's not to endorse, it's to submit. That's what they're expected to do.
That's what the chairman has said.
Yeah, so they'll
You
probably
must show support.
Yeah, so they'll probably have submission conferences, Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Shelton and Lisa.
Good
afternoon to you.
Hello.
Well, I always listen for you. I listen to your show on Wednesdays, but to me, I'm not hearing that show. Is this show still on?
She had it on.
Yes, I also had Mr. Callister Jean-Louis on Wednesday. We were talking about various government programs to tackle crime. It's every Wednesday night on Choice Television from 9 to 10 p.m.
Yeah, because I just tuned, but I'm not getting through.
Are you tuning in on Facebook or television, sir?
Yeah, on Facebook. Okay. I check on Facebook. Wednesday, I check it on Facebook.
Yes, send me a message. I'm in the Real Issues group. Send me a message. I'll be sure to send you the link, Godspare.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay,
have
thanks.
a nice program. Keep it up.
Take care. Thank you.
All right.
Get good. Yeah.
They just hack your show to talk about my show.
You know what I mean? 487-9849, that's the WhatsApp number that you can WhatsApp call us on. 487-9849, and of course the landline 4533911. We have someone else on the line already. Good afternoon, Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
I love both of you all because we are red and ready.
Good afternoon. Excellent.
Yes. I am red and ready, over ready. Shelton and Nisa, I want to send a message for Spider. Spider had put him in...
Speak up a bit for me, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Spider, there is a house in Goringia on the field. When they're playing football, they go and change, they use the toilet. Spider was there, Shelton. And they cut off the water, electricity on the field for 2 terms, right? Never pay for the light bill underwater. And Spider is going on platform and talk. On the field, the boys playing football, night time. You let them cut the water, cut the electricity. But praise God. God sent a man named Kennison Kazini, right? He put a community center. It didn't take 4 months, it finished built. The court, he said that in court, they're going to finish it, right? We're going to have light on the field for the boys. What Spider could not do, baby doing it. And he say, what did he do at Goringia? I want to ask Spider that question. What did he do Goringia? Let them cut the water, let them cut the current on the field, and you saying Labour Party not doing nothing? Let me tell you, let me congrats my PM. Congrats my PM. Congrats again. We come in red and ready. And tell them, let them tooth. Tooth, they have to be tooth. They have to see us there under the thermal case. Bye-bye, and I love you all.
Thank you very much. We love you too.
Shelton, I just want to pause for a real good cause and say happy birthday to Miss Catherine Sealis.
Okay.
All the hard work that you continue to do with your organization. I know Raise Your Voice St. Lucia came on board with Ministry of Health and Government of St. Lucia almost immediately to offer debriefing and psychosocial support to persons who witnessed the incident at the Derek Walcott Square. And Miss Catherine Sealis has been unrelenting in her advocacy. Today is day 1 of 16 days of activism, end violence against women, and it's her birthday today. So happy birthday to you, Catherine.
Raise Your Voice, I think, is also involved in a drive, a humanitarian drive for people who need clothing, providing used clothing. I think that's taking place at their office, she said.
At their office.
And she gave the location of it by Dubulle, she said it is.
Right. So after you come up by where Alan Chesney mashed up the police thing, police custody suites,
right.
Thank you, and then you take a ride Chesterfield by MoneyGram,
that's where the pizza,
Western Union, and then you're taking the ride to come back to Castries. Raise Your Voice office is on the left.
All right, okay. So, if anyone, wants, a little access to
they're doing some really good work. And Shelton, I just saw a very disturbing clip, and one of our reporters sent us a clip, and it looks like outside of a supermarket with blood on the tiles, and it says that her boyfriend beat her, broke a bottle in her face, and took off when security tried to intervene.
Can you imagine this is happening on this day of the first day of the 17 days of activism?
Yeah, today, day 1 of the 16 days of activism.
Against all forms of violence against women and women and girls, that this is happening. It's just so sad, We have another call on the line. I think this may well be our final one, or maybe we can squeeze in another after that, but you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Lisa and Shelton.
Good
afternoon to you.
Shelton, those people say they did not victimize people. Shelton, I was one of them. They humiliate. They victimize. They try everything to get rid of me. They mention on their radio station there is somebody working such and such a place. When they get into power, that was the last year 2021, they'll get rid of that person. If he cannot be fired, he'll send somewhere where he cannot be seen. Said on their national, on Sky TV, they said so. Because I'm a supporter of the Labour Party. They try everything. They go to my workplace at administration to get a record to see have any record for them to get rid of me. They try everything. I was victimized. I am one of them. And
but are we forgetting that right at St. Jude's, so glaringly, because police were trying to prevent them from entering what is a restricted construction site for people's own good, a certain person who's educated, who I think held ambassador level rank and so on, is actually telling supporters, take their pictures, record them, and we will deal with them. In other words, you have them on a victimization hit list. Police, you're opening, come on.
What hurts me more, they came to my workplace to intimidate me, to do all those kind of things unmentioned on the radio. That person must be fired because I wear a uniform. All those kind of things, try to get rid of me. And what surprised me, somebody that was in the Labour Party and had certain department, they were one of them too. Because, Shelton, I went through so many things because I'm a supporter of the Labour Party. They tried everything to get rid of me.
Those who do not remember the past are doomed to repeat it.
Don't forget what they did.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. And I have a day to die. Lisa knows who is speaking.
Yes.
I don't have to mention my name.
Thank you very much, comrade. Thank you.
Very much. Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you, it's not just operatives
it's
of
2
the
o'clock, so
SLP,
just
it's
do a little
people
wrap up for
actually
us.
coming
Yes.
out and speak. Shelton, again, thank you. Thank you to the delegates of the SLP. Prime Minister has won your support, your vote of confidence, 261 votes. No one opposed him. We're really happy and thankful. And as Misty Jeremy says on the live, let's keep the red flag flying high with pride and dignity.
Thank you very much, Senator Lisa Juwari, Communications Director of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Appreciate having you here as always. Thank you, Jaquan, for another great job with the calls and the messages which kept coming and look like they are going to just keep rolling in even after the program is over, but we have to end it now. God willing, all things equal, same time tomorrow from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM Radio, 91.3 North, 91.5 South, MBC Television, Channel 120, on the Flow Cable TV, simulcasting the Facebook Live as just referenced by the Senator, and of course YouTube live streaming. Till such time, Shelton Daniel signing out.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy
19. Big 4 3860. The Big 4 Multi-X Bulge Run is FB. Pick 2 47. The Pick 2 Multi-X Bulge Run is 2X. 1 off 204. Lucky 3 358. The Lucky 3 Multi-X Bulge Run is 3X.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining